Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. I don't really know what's going on in this room, but I can only hope that we'll get more than 2 people together. And when I say 2 people, I do include myself, because this noob guy in the room is HR3. So, my laptop is slowly but surely springing into action, which really, you know, that's a rather oxymoronic sentence, because springing into action would imply that it is a rapid process. It is not. Not even remotely. Noob has left. Okay. The quest that we're going to be doing is 2 Great Baggy and Brachydios. Brachydios is the first cab off the rank, which is possibly good. You know, get the annoying stuff out of the way first. I'm just helping this guy out at this stage. My hair is all kinds of strange, but it might look a little more styled than usual, for reasons that I don't care to go into. Oh, there you go, got another person. This is what I was hoping. This is one of the reasons why it's good to get in a room before you go live. It's a whole lot more engaging, exciting, etc., etc. I might go gunlance. I will use precisely this gunlance, the Shining Oh. Unfortunately, when there aren't many rooms available, and you've got a G-rank room up, it has to be said that you'll be wading through a lot of high-rank people. And I do feel sorry for them, but if they just made a room of their own, they'd be able to play together. It really is that simple. There is this... I don't really know how to describe it. I guess this lost knowledge of Monster Hunter that you can make your own rooms, but everyone just wants to join someone else's room. I don't know what that's about, but... yeah, they're going to have to learn, especially in this community where patience is immensely rewarded. Patience is definitely rewarded in communities like the Generations Ultimate community, but patience isn't quite as necessary. I mean, what I would say is that you can be rewarded in the newer communities without having to employ even a modicum of patience, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. There aren't many rooms available. You might have to just make a room and sit in it and wait for people to hunt with you, instead of joining rooms that are not for your hunter rank. That is the reality. I don't have any other way to describe it. Anyway, I guess we're stuck 2-manning with a guy who's going to use slime against a Brachydios. I can only hope that Brachydios isn't as resistant to slime in this game as he is to blast in the later games. I don't recall ever checking, but yeah, at this rate we might have to 2-man. I'll let him know that I'm wanting to wait a little bit. I'll wait 2 minutes. He's probably thinking that he's waited long enough, but again, patience is rewarded in this community. Whether or not we have employed enough patience is a different matter, but, you know, for example, we could be patient and then that's still not enough, but patience in general is important. Okay, I'm just making sure everything's set up properly. It seems that everything's fine. Twitch is still unhappy with my stream. Hope for some players. Yeah. There's a few things to talk about. Hey, Vernon. First and foremost, regarding Elden Ring, I'll just get that off my chest. There's been a closed alpha, and apparently it's been very well recorded, which is to say that a good chunk of the early game has been basically put out there for everyone to see. Maybe this is From Software's way of sort of apologizing for keeping Elden Ring under wraps for so long. But, oh, there you go, Vernon's playing, that's awesome. But yeah, not he, don't know who he is. But Elden Ring is probably pretty good, but I haven't watched any of the gameplay for it. I watched, of course, the initial trailer, but I didn't watch the gameplay that's recently been uploaded from the closed alpha. I don't really intend to watch it for the reason that it is alpha gameplay. I'll watch what they give us for the trailer, but I'm not going to actually watch the alpha gameplay because I don't want to set expectations. You know, if I expect it to be a certain way based on what I've seen and then it ends up being different in the main game, That's that's almost a distraction from the game to me. That is distracting. So I want to just experience the game fresh and take it for what it is as a finished product rather than comparing it to what it was. There's nothing wrong with making those evaluations, it's just I don't find that to be necessary. That's not interesting at all, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's Elden Ring, that's exciting. But something that's a whole lot more exciting, maybe not more exciting, let's say just as exciting as Elden Ring, is the prospect of a release on the PC of Monster Hunter G, which is very unusual. I was not expecting that. That's extremely strange. The Nvidia leaks have been widespread as far as, you know, I think Nvidia are coming out with a new gaming platform for PC, and there have been excessive leaks relating to that. And included in those leaks were things like Demon Souls for PC. Okay. And just as, if not more exciting, Monster Hunter G, which is so strange. Now, I don't know anything about it, I haven't looked into it. I think the general consensus is that it's probably not going to be a remake. If it's going to be a remake, I'll be pretty pissed off, because that would probably mean that it won't play like old Monster Hunter. And at that point, you're wasting your time in resurrecting Monster Hunter G just to make it like new Monster Hunter. I hope that it plays like 2nd gen, because that's the best I can hope for. If it plays like first, I'll be utterly shocked. But I think it'll end up playing like 2nd gen. You have to realise that this isn't the first time that Monster Hunter G has been revived. It was revived in 2009 to be placed on the Wii, which played more like 2nd gen because Capcom wanted to update the game to what Monster Hunter was in 2009. Of course, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite had come out the previous year, and that had set a standard for Monster Hunter that Monster Hunter G being re-released needed to meet, at least as far as Capcom were concerned. So that was done, and the game didn't really play like 1st generation anymore. But that's fine. I do enjoy 1st generation Monster Hunter in a weird way, but there were a lot of issues with it. One thing that will be something of a shame is the fact that greatswords probably will be able to charge. You know, major differences like that. We'll probably have KO functionality with hammers. We'll probably need to charge our greatswords for them to be effective. It's probably not going to be the Monster Hunter G experience. It's certainly not going to be like the PS2 where you have to use your analog stick to perform attacks. It's definitely not going to be that. That most assuredly will not be returning. That would be utterly retarded. And even if it did return, it would be nothing more than an option available to people as they're assigning their controls to their controllers. Because, yeah, it will be a PC game. Hopefully it will have proper PC support, which will mean key bindings and button bindings, you know, because I wouldn't recommend one use a keyboard and mouse with a Monster Hunter game, but I have seen people do it for reasons that I can't possibly imagine. Well, I know why I saw people do it, but I can't imagine why one would want to do it. That is the point that I'm trying to make. But yeah, the prospect of Monster Hunter G coming to Steam specifically. I mean, I think even Steam was mentioned. Like, it was coming to Steam. Okay, let me get really excited. I'm just really worried. It almost hasn't been done before, where a real old Monster Hunter game is revived in this era. I don't know what they'll do with it. I just don't know. The less they fuck with it, the better. Seriously. Now, this is factoring in the reality of 1st generation Monster Hunter, in that it is a mess. The less they fuck with it, the better, even though it was a mess. Because I don't want that essence of Monster Hunter to be lost in attempts to fix it. I just don't trust Capcom to do that. Capcom's point of view, their mindset, their method of attack with Monster Hunter lately has been just foul, disgusting. So I don't trust them anymore. So if they can just not fuck with it, that'd be great. If it's literally the Wii Monster Hunter G but put on PC, I'll be happy. Yeah, so it's just it's a leak. It's not 100% confirmed, but as I understand it, it is a leak that can be trusted. As we know by now, leaks are usually pretty accurate. We can usually differentiate between a leak and a rumor, and this is a leak, not a rumor. I'm sure leaks have occasionally proven to be incorrect, but usually if there's something that is substantial enough to be referred to as a leak, it's probably already in the process of being made, and they're not going to suddenly go back on that just because the general public have been made aware of it. So that's the situation. I do think that Monster Hunter G is coming to PC, it's just I don't know what form it will come in, because this hasn't happened before. This will be a new precedent for the series, and obviously everyone would prefer just one big fucking HD remaster of all the major games. You know, Monster Hunter G, Monster Hunter DOS. I mean, if G's coming, DOS is next, you better believe it. But yeah, G, DOS, the major ones would be G, DOS, Tri, 3U, 4U. I mean, maybe not Tri if 3U's coming back, but the thing is with Tri, I mean, that's a proper city mode. That's more... That's a bit more immersive than Port Tanzia, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I think 3 Ultimate will get an HD remaster, all on the PC by the way, and then 4U Generations Ultimate as well. So, if that happened, and all that came to PC, that would be great, and that's what everyone ultimately wants. Now, they might do that, but not in one big release, which maybe is a good thing. Maybe they're spacing out the interest level. They can build it up slowly over time, and then maybe new Monster Hunter players will actually play old Monster Hunter finally. Generally, if you dangle things in front of their face, they'll eat it. But if you have to get them to... you know, get the food and put it in their mouth, then it's a bit difficult. You know, that's what happened with Dark Souls. Dark Souls was on 3 fucking platforms, and it took a remaster that really wasn't necessary for the most part to get people to play it. You know, you dangle it in front of their face and they'll fucking eat it. It can be one of the best games ever made and they won't go and eat it because, I don't know, it requires some movement of the hand to put it in one's mouth. Maybe I need to stop with this... whatever you call it. What's the word? Analogy. I've got tequila in here. I've got a very interesting bottle of tequila at the moment, which I will show you. Well, also, hello Autonomic, Mikkel, and A-Gaming. But yeah, that would be the last thing that anyone would expect. The fact that first generation Monster Hunter would make a return on PC. But the fact that they're starting with G shows that there could be a lot more on the horizon. This could be the beginning of remastered Monster Hunter games. And because it is the first one, and that I haven't really looked into it beyond the mere fact that it is coming, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what to expect with remastered Monster Hunter games. Oh, fuck right off. I just don't want them to be remade. I'm assuming that they're remasters. If they're remakes, then... well, that's fine. I guess I'll just ignore them, but... yeah, if they're remakes, then that's great. And what's also great is that I've been putting so much time into Monster Hunter Freedom 1 that there is an element of... well, there's a concern within me that if I go and play Monster Hunter 1 and then Monster Hunter G, I will sort of be experiencing the same game, just with Mindguard City. I don't want that, but I'm willing to deal with that. Except now that it's coming to PC, it will feel different enough to Freedom 1 that I'm going to enjoy it a whole lot more, I think. So whether it was going to come to PC or not, there was going to be a time when I would play Monster Hunter G. As well as that, I'm a little bit concerned that there will be no possibility of save transfers across the original games and this new PC version. If they could allow for that, that would be great, but I can understand if they wouldn't allow it, because it would probably be harder for newer players to really get an authentic experience. I mean, if you can imagine new players coming into Monster Hunter G on the PC, and then you've got all of these HR30 people running around and carrying them all. I think the first-gen Monster Hunter community is smarter than that. I don't think they would do that, but there will always be some aberrant fool who's going around ruining the experience for everyone and just carrying them through the game, and I don't think Capcom want to take that chance. So they definitely wouldn't allow for saves to be carried over. What I would recommend that they do is allow for it, but after a particular, like a specific amount of time has passed. Like once a period of maybe 3 months has passed, I think it would be great for them to allow for those with the PS2 save file to carry that over to the PC version, because the reality is you don't want to leave people's save files that some of them have been building on them for 15 years or more. It's not nice to leave that in the dust. It's not nice to force people to abandon that just to play the remaster. So if they could give some support to those people, that would be great. That would be a real head nod to the community from Capcom. But that could be a big ask, because if there's one thing that Capcom don't give a shit about, it's the community. They haven't given a shit for a long time. At least for 3 or 4 years. So, there you go. I'm talking about Capcom as a whole. There are individuals within Capcom that would care, but for the most part, nah. As I said, A-Gaming, they obviously prefer that people start over, but I'm saying that the nice thing to do would be to at least allow for it, but not immediately. So that way, those coming in for the first time aren't carried immediately. I mean, you can never... The point is that you can never prevent higher-ranked people from carrying lower-ranked people. You can never prevent that, but one way you can prevent it is by not allowing people to transfer their saves and doing exactly that right at the start of the game. So, you may as well allow for it, but not immediately, if you know what I mean. Hello, Crimson Gunner. As I was saying before, Mikkel, I don't think that it's going to play like first gen. It's likely to play more like second gen, because I don't know if Capcom would be willing to actually do a remaster of a PS2 Monster Hunter game. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. I think, and when I say that, I mean they're not going to leave it untouched. I think they're going to make changes to it much like the Wii version of Monster Hunter G did, where they added charging for Greatsword, KO value for Hammer, etc, etc. So, it's not going to play exactly like PS2 Monster Hunter, in other words. PS2 Monster Hunter is a thing that I don't think Capcom wants to unleash upon the world. I think it really is something that should stay in the past, in my opinion. I think it's fine. I actually enjoy PS2 Monster Hunter, to be completely honest. It's really like, when you've developed a skill set in the series as deeply rooted as my skill set, which is to say that it's kind of deeply ingrained within me. Playing PS2 Monster Hunter is just, it's like, I don't know, it's like another world. It's probably like taking some sort of hallucinogenic drug and then walking through a physical space that you're so familiar with. It's similar, yet so different. That's what it's like. I mean, it's the same game, but it's just a different experience. And it's actually invigorating. But yeah. Yeah, so beverage at the moment is tequila. I'll probably top it up. This is a very interesting bottle of tequila. I don't know if you can see what's interesting about it from here. You might be able to see something interesting about it. It's called Mezcal. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. But yeah, Mezcal tequila. It's called Scorpion. The reason why it's called Scorpion is because this bottle of tequila actually has a real dead scorpion inside it. I'm trying to show it to you here. It's hard to show, but I don't know if you can really see it. That is a real dead scorpion inside this bottle of tequila. Now, not for the faint of heart, but it is edible, apparently. It's been processed. It's a tequila called mezcal. It's mezcal spirit, which is a type of tequila. So, yeah, it's weird, and I can tell you it gets you sometimes. Like, there is this deep primal instinct that we humans have, where if you see something like that in a bottle of something you're drinking, like, and you just glance at it, like, you have this primal instinct to, like, ugh, like, gross, ugh, get it away. But then you realize, oh, it's probably fine. Like, if it's edible, it can probably sit in my tequila. That's the point. Like, if it were just some random scorpion they picked up off the side of the road in Mexico and just put it in the bottle, I'd probably be pretty unimpressed. But yeah, I mean, if it's edible, it's fine. I mean, anything's edible, isn't it? But the point is that it's been processed to be edible, hopefully risk-free. But yeah, that's what I'm consuming at the moment. Have we established what we're doing? I've explained to Bastion that I don't need anything. I don't need anything. He's gone and said that it's Vernon's pick. I mean, I didn't read the chat because I didn't think that I needed to tell him again, but I didn't need a turn. Ace in the hole. Stealer gun. But yeah, the leaks also suggested that Demon Souls would be coming to PC. My expectation was that it would be coming to PC, just not so soon. I don't know what the time frame for these releases are, but I'm assuming within the next 2 years. So, yeah, that's great news. I'm definitely not getting a PS5. I nearly went to say 2, then I jumped to 3, and then I realized, oh fuck, we're up to 5 now. But yeah, I'm not getting a PS5. So, not happening. I've been able to wait for this long, so I can wait for as long as I need to be able to play Demon Souls on the PC. That is what's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but it is incredibly inappropriate that I'm the guy who's waited so long. The guy whose favourite game is Demon Souls and who's been playing it since it came out is having to wait this long to play the fucking thing, but anyway. It is very funny. What would I like to use for this quest? Hunting horn. Water hunting horn? Do I have one? I don't think I have a water hunting horn. There isn't a good one. That's the reason why I don't have one. It's not because I haven't made one, so we'll go poison again. That seems to be... In fact, that's the last thing that I did with an Uragan. I think I used this very hunting horn against a regular Uragan, I think. Yeah, that would be nice, Mikhail, but I'm really, really focused on other Monster Hunter games at the moment. I'm very, very focused on Freedom 2, which will eventually be carried over to Freedom Unite, but yeah, I'm just not touching Freedom Unite at the moment, mainly because I don't want to be sidetracked. Don't want to be sidetracked at all. So, if you want to pick up Freedom 1, we'll play the shit out of that. I'm perfectly content to do that. If you want to pick up Portable Third, we'll do that. But in the meantime, I'm just not touching Freedom Unite. Alrighty. As far as what I'm most excited for, which I suppose is one question that could be asked, you know, those are 3 games on the horizon that are really, really good. Monster Hunter G, Demon Souls on PC, and Elden Ring. It's almost like being in a different world. It's like, you know, when you have all these almost fantasies of an ideal world where all of your favorite games release. I knew I was going to get hit by that. It's like I'm in that fantasy world where everything's coming true. and all of these amazing games are actually coming out. It's really weird. But it's good. I guess it hasn't really sunk in yet. Because it really is kind of insane. I will try and play a decent song. Hopefully I've remembered the order of the notes. Oh, I hope it doesn't start with green. If it starts with green, I've got a problem. It starts with green, of course it does. I'm not at all used to the note sequence for this horn. Not even remotely. I'd like to apply poison soon, but it's not really a high priority. My main priority... Oh, I should have encored that. Did not. Any other songs? No, not really. I mean, defense boost is probably fine. Let's do defense boost. It's probably a nice thing to do. Oh, but still caught me there. Fuck. From almost the beginning of that animation, I was trying to get away from it, but I should have just rolled. I suppose I overestimated the speed at which I was moving. Should be aiming for the face as well. I'm so used to blue being X and A from hunting horns that I've used in the past. Then after this I'll play stamina again. Fortunately I was not in range for the tremor. I've already poisoned once? Well, good to know. I guess I'm not paying attention. It doesn't surprise me. This thing has 420 poison value. Which means that it requires less procs to apply poison. That's the nature of it. Has nothing to do with the damage that poison deals, has everything to do with the efficiency of its proc. Stop playing the wrong notes. If you possibly could. I'm really surprised that he ended up hitting me there. It didn't look like he was going to come my way, and he did. He bloody well did. It's a good time to get the bonus too, because that should restart the timer. Are you kidding me? What's happened to my video feed? Is my video feed fucked up for you guys too? Yeah, it has. I don't know what happened there. It actually conked out. I'll just have to restart it quickly. It's resumed on my television, but I just need to deactivate and reactivate on my OBS screen. Please? What are you doing? What the bloody hell? I've never had this happen before. Not on this particular capture card. Are you working now? I haven't run into this problem before. I mean, I suppose it has to happen eventually, doesn't it? I'm going to hang around in this area and try to fix this. What the hell? Usually this is an OBS related issue, I think. It's software based as far as I can tell. Which means I have to open the actual software. Oh fuck, I'm typing in the wrong thing. Goodness me. Sorry for bumping the boom stand. I hate it when this happens. When I say this, I mean something that takes me out of the live stream like this, but yeah, this is an unusual problem, so I'll try to get it fixed. Device requires USB 3.0. What the fuck? What is this currently connected to? What's that connected to? It is possible that I've put it in something that's not USB 3.0, technically. What the fucking shit is going on? So basically, I did rearrange a few connections somewhat recently, and it's possible that I put something in a USB 2.0 port instead of a 3.0 port. I basically need to take a moment to check the connections and do it correctly. I don't know why it's suddenly become a problem. It didn't seem to be a problem before this point, but whatever. I'll be back in a moment. Sorry for this hiccup. Thank you for your patience. I'm surprised the monster's not dead. I don't even know how to begin to describe how fucked this became. I've never seen everything completely just collapse. But everything collapsed. And I'm glad that I muted, because if I hadn't done, you would have heard loud mic impacts, you would have heard the sound of... you would have heard a lot of sounds, and I'm glad that I muted. But the point is that, yeah, it felt as if the world was collapsing in on me, because everything was going wrong. But I think we're under control again. I don't know what the fuck happened. It said when I opened my capture card software that I wasn't connected to USB 3.0. I was, and I seem to I'm really confused. I don't want to explain exactly how I fixed it, but because it would be lengthy and uninteresting, but seriously, that was fucked. That was really fucked up. One thing that I can tell you is that between now and, or rather between the last time you saw me and now, my glass has emptied, so, let's fill it up again. And try to avoid getting that scorpion in. I mean, I don't mind getting the scorpion in if it has to go in, but yeah, I'm not gonna eat it. I mean, I could do it, but I'm not that adventurous, really. It says on the back of the bottle, for extra excitement, we add a scorpion. It has been processed, so you can eat it, if you dare. And in typical Espanol style, they've got what I believe to be 6 exclamation marks after "if you dare." So, yeah, good to know that they're genuinely Mexican. Anyway, I don't know what it is with Spanish people and their exclamation marks. Perhaps we'll say they're excessive punctuation. And hello, Hossein. You arrived just as things shut themselves. Maybe it's your fault. Maybe it was Hossein who ruined everything. Just Just making sure. Oh, this is my paddy bottle. I'm assessing what's gone wrong here. What smashed that? I know what smashed that. Microphone seems to be in order. Anyway, I mean, I don't really want to talk about what's going on, but it's been like a major fucking event taking place that relates to the entire system of everything collapsing around me. But anyway. Does the scorpion affect the taste? I can't imagine it. Given that it's, yeah, one little scorpion inside the bottle, I don't think it would affect the taste too much. I hope it doesn't, because that's weird. I don't want the scorpion to affect the taste. And that would be kind of weird. I mean, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just, if I'm fine with it being in the bottle, I should be fine with it influencing the taste. Scorpions being edible, I'm sure they are, but this has been processed to ensure that it's edible without issue, I think. I'd say you can probably take a bite out of a scorpion. You might become a little unwell, but yeah, it's largely edible, I would imagine. What would I like to use against Elatrion? About Serasymmetry. Great Swording Elatrion. It's been a while. But not a really long time. I'm just going to need you guys to let me know if anything is untoward regarding the video, because I don't know if it's fine. I've never run into that issue before, where for some reason the USB device is just not being recognized, despite the fact that the setup hasn't changed for like 2 years of live streaming. So, like, hasn't changed, and suddenly it's just not being recognized. So, with that, I'm a little unsure. A bit of uncertainty has been introduced into my frame, so I need a little bit of reassurance that everything is fine. So do let me know if anything goes wrong. That is the reality of live streaming. If anything goes wrong, I have to fix it then and there, and then you guys are treated with a black screen for a while. Oh, the tequila is the scorpion's poison juice. Great. That's just what I like. Just what I like. I have the wrong keyboard on my lap, actually. I don't want to start talking to them and then be typing on my PC, because I did the reverse of that before. I was trying to get up my Game Capture HD software, and I started typing on this keyboard, which used to be my old PC keyboard. It's wireless, so yeah, I'm glad that I've got this connected to my Wii U now, because having a wireless keyboard to the Wii U really makes life easier. The setup is much cleaner at that point. I don't have a wire awkwardly connecting my sitting position to the sitting position of the Wii U, but yeah, I wouldn't say the Wii U is actively sitting right now. I think it's just, you know, it can do nothing but sit. It can't stand. I don't have to worry about... Oh, should have just gone for the full charge at that point. I don't have to worry about Dragon Blight, because I don't have Element. Which is always good. The reason why I go with raw damage is because I wanted to be consistent regardless of what his elemental weaknesses are. Here we go, that should be Paralysis. Who is... oh, good. I'm not really in a position where I'm going to be messed up by anyone, fortunately. I was just checking that no one was using Hammer. Oh. That's... I mean, I guess that's fortunate, but also quite unfortunate as well. Because I did miss my follow-up charge as a result of that flinch. I'll go for a level 1 here. Go for a level 1 here. Oh. I've already lost my purple sharpness. I'll live with that. I don't have enough purple sharpness to really bother sharpening it up from here. I think it's fine. Oh, come to think of it. Yeah, my audio interface was having some issues. It was hanging precariously from its normal position, so I had to go and restore it. I had to restore it to its rightful place, but unfortunately, or rather fortunately, it didn't result in any negative sonic. What's the word? Oh well. It didn't cause problems. I'm quite worried about that claw. It hasn't come yet. I don't think I've actually seen him use his claw. I think I actually got the attack off, if you saw that. I did actually see a critical proc. So therefore, I can only assume that it was me. Might not have been. There's no guarantee that it was. I'm not going to go in there and do a draw attack on the face. That's a bit weird. I do have critical draw on this set, don't I? I do indeed. Alright, catch you later, Miko. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to use a Nullberry, but I have to stop myself and realize that it's not actually affecting anything. So should be alright. I just missed it. It's been too long. It's been too damn long. That's alright. It's a lot of damage to miss out on, though, you have to admit. That's why I have a problem with the fact that I missed. This is definitely a fight where you have to know what you can get away with, otherwise you won't get any damage out at all. So I am playing it carefully. See, even in that situation, had I gone for a level 2, I think I would have gotten the hit off. But I didn't do that, so I missed my attack. You can't be too... What's that? Circular saw, it sounds like. Thanks, Bob. Can always rely on you, can't I? I could very easily relocate to a building site, and I'd probably get about the same level of background noise during my recordings, quite frankly. I also don't know why that's so damn loud. Thank you for the... Oh god, just got sent flying. By what I assume to be Crag Shot? Yeah. I don't mind taking a hit from Crag Shot. I'd be pretty pissed if it were Cluster Shot. That needs to fucking stop. What are you doing? Just stop it. Anyway. I feel like there's always this long list of issues in every live stream that I do, in spite of how anal I am about issues. Today we've had the actual video bug out, and now we've got Bob with his circular saw. Thank you. I want to put his head on the table with the saw. And do you know what with the saw? Anyway. I try my best, I really do. But apparently it's a miracle of the gods if I can get a live stream that just goes perfectly. It's a miracle of the gods. It's not super loud, fortunately, that's one good thing, but it's still fucking annoying me. See, even if I stand here, I am actually at risk of being hit by that claw. The claw has a ridiculous... Oh, very good. What is that? That is a KO. But yeah, the claw is ridiculous. And it is one of the reasons why I have avoided using Blade Master weaponry against Alatreon for so long. He's going up again, and I will actually sharpen. I don't want to be sharpening too much because the reality is I could be sharpening almost constantly because of that tiny amount of purple that I'm sharpening up to receive. But the damage is considerable. It's never a waste of time, it's just whether or not I want to allocate the time to receive the benefit. Because purple sharpness is a big deal with this greatsword. This greatsword's doing a shitload of damage already. You add a critical hit plus purple sharpness, that is some insane damage. So, the temptation is compelling me to sharpen repeatedly. Alright, let's try to time it a little better here. Oh, that is not good timing. I'll have to... Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll take that. Oh, I missed that a bit. I would have been concerned had you been hit there, Vernon, because that would have more or less been my fault for flinching you where I did, but... Where and when I did. I was hoping for a thunder breath, which did come, but a bit too late. Well, Bob having a Doomlink livestream playing in the background while he's working really wouldn't be much of an issue for him, because he would just drown it out the whole time. He probably wouldn't even be able to hear what I was saying. Too busy with his fucking circular saw. I'm just doing the draw attack because I don't know what he's doing. I've got an opportunity to charge there. See, I didn't know that he was going to roar in place, so I didn't go for a better charge. As far as what I've been doing lately in my own time with playing games, I have been mostly playing Monster Hunter, but I have taken a short break from Monster Hunter. I've played a lot of Freedom 2. I'm almost at endgame in Freedom 2. I have my first mixed armor set. It's a gun lance set. The skills are intended to be Reckless Abandon +2, Gunnery King, and Razor Sharp. To translate that to modern skill names, that would be Critical Eye +2, Artillery Expert, and Razor Sharp. But I've only got Critical Eye +1 at the moment because I require... Oh, that's a sleeve. I'm just going to ping in case people haven't noticed. Good. Let's drop bombs. We'll be able to get these horns with this, and I will do a greatsword charge. I'm glad that I've got purple sharpness here. Am I the only one with bombs? Let's do it. That should break... I can't fucking believe it. How are they not broken? A wake up hit, purple sharpness, level 3 greatsword charge. With this sword, plus bombs, and it didn't break? Must be very close. Whoever can, aim for those horns, because they're very close to being broken. But yeah, the decoration that I require to get Critical Eye +2 on that mixed set, what does it need? It needs Teostra powder, which is called Fire Dragon powder in that game. And it's very annoying to get. Particularly given that the Elder Dragons are actually really fucking strong in old Monster Hunter. I think it requires 2 Fire Dragon powder. I can get it from Lunastra technically, but in fact it might be easier to get it from Lunastra than to get it from Teostra, so I'm going to try and fight her for it. I'm liking this guy who is basically sacrificing his own opportunity to deal damage by shooting the ballista from that distance. His self-sacrifice is appreciated. But yeah, I've been taking a break from Monster Hunter in recent days. I've been playing quite a bit of Morrowind. I'm now playing Daggerfall again. I've been having good fun with Daggerfall. I don't know if I'll ever do Daggerfall on this channel. It's so different visually from everything that I do just because of the era of the game. You know, 1996, early 3D. It's really early 3D. So, yeah, I don't know if it would ever go down well on my channel. But it's Elder Scrolls, so maybe people would want to watch it. Oh, fuck me sideways. You're well-intentioned, but seriously. That's quite a bit of damage that you lost because I wasn't able to... Oh! Wasn't able to do my greatsword charges there. But fine. The horns aren't broken either way. I don't know how much longer the fight will take. We're dealing pretty decent damage, I think. But there you go. That's a very good run for a G-rank Elatrion. I will give them a nice work for that one. We broke everything, I think. I don't know about the wings. I'll check the wings, but... we've definitely at least broken everything except the wings, so that was nicely done. G-rank Elatrion can easily take 15 minutes. Carved a Sky Piercer, oh my god. And we'll get some dire tails, hopefully. Not that I need Elatrion stuff, but if you're carving the tail, you want tails. As I understand it, you can't get tails in the rewards. So if you're carving that tail, there's one thing that you want, and that's tails. And the fact that you can actually not get a tail when carving the tail is just insulting. It's kind of stupid that you can get 2 tails, but the idea that you can actually get no tails when carving it is just a straight up insult. It's one of the issues with Monster Hunter, I suppose. Because that's fairly normal. Oh, I got a Sky Swayer in the top list, in the top line. Isn't that... I didn't know that it was possible to get Sky Swayers in the base rewards. Because in the brown section, that's just what you get from the quest. That is quest rewards. That is unrelated to what you've done to the monster. Usually you'll get Sky Swayers here because it would be a wound reward. But this is... okay, I'll take it. So in other words, we could have actually killed this thing without breaking either of its horns, and I could have gotten a Sky Swayer. So that's pretty weird. I guess because the G-rank Elatrion is an event quest in this game, you just get it. Because that's how it was in Tri, the event quest Elatrion that was stronger. Can't remember what that one was called, but yeah, that particular quest did give you a chance at Sky Piercers just in the base rewards, so... yeah, I guess that's the nature of the G-rank hunt in this game. I just haven't been lucky enough to get it in the past. Usually it's always a wound reward. So I guess it's a low chance as a base reward, but the fact that there is a chance is pretty good anyway. I mean, you'd never know these things unless you had the person talking to you, but... Vernon says, I'm surprised I managed to finish that hunt. My chair broke under me, and I fell over. Ended up finishing that while on the floor. Well, that's real gaming clout. And tenacity. More like tenacity. A real stalwart when it comes to finishing what he starts in Monster Hunter. Got a different chair? Well, I hope so. Or you could do the thing where you lie on the bed like a Roman emperor again. Which is always nice. Lucent Nagakuga, haven't done this on camera for a while. This monster is indeed unique to 3 Ultimate. And I'm glad, because I don't like this monster. I really don't like this monster. Oh, you're in your living room now. Okay. Makes sense. You definitely... How did your chair break? What the hell? You need a more sturdy chair. I hope that it was either cheap or very old. Otherwise, that's some major manufacturing defect. I think ice is the weakness, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So, it's a Nagakuga with an ice weakness, which means that it's a legitimate subspecies, whereas green Nagakuga is not a legitimate subspecies for the reason that it is the exact same elemental weakness as the original version of Nagakuga, which means that it really is a subspecies that never should have existed, yet continues to exist for some reason. Just thought I'd let you know. Let's use the Bushido. Why not? Oh, okay. Well, now you know not to sit in chairs like that. Just be glad you weren't jumping around in the chair. Oh. Well, fortunately, that was not due to such acute network instability that it caused me to... That was not my room. That was the other guy's room. I'll make a new one. Never mind. So I was thinking that that was my network instability, and I immediately checked to see if I was still alive, and I was. But yeah, that was him disconnecting. So I will make a room now. G-Rank. And we will do Lucent Nagakuga, because I'm set up for it and I was interested in doing it. Oh look, that's someone typing in the chat in the lobby, which is actually a separate chat room. Relaxed hunting, there you go. So back in Try, you used to be able to come straight... I mean, this is the great thing about the Try online experience. You'd immediately come online and you were standing outside of the lobby areas. You were actually... Well, you were in the lobby, but you weren't in the rooms in the world. And you would immediately be thrust into a conversation that was taking place in the city. And sometimes it might be a topic that interests you, and then before you even gone and hunted anything, you might be invested in this riveting conversation. And that's just what Try was. There would be a legitimate conversation taking place, and you might want to just chat instead of hunt. So, yeah, that's before you even got into any of the rooms. Now, there was also a similar opportunity here in this game, but it's a screen. In Try, it was actually you in an area like this, and then let's imagine that you would start here, and there would be a world chat that you could interact with, and then walking up to here would give you the opportunity to select a room to join. It was a physical place that you could walk around in. That's what Try was. It was the entrance to Locklack City. But, yeah, that's one of the reasons why Port Tanzia doesn't have that same immersiveness. Lolens has made it in, which is good. So we're basically all here. Yeah, green Nagakuga is complete crap. I've said this before and I will say it again and I will continue to say it into the future. Some species that have the same elemental weakness as the original monster have no right to exist. The monster doesn't even have to feel different to fight. I can concede that the monster doesn't need to actually have different moves or do different things. If it forces me to use different weapons, it's different enough for me, which is a pretty low requirement. So in other words, Red Kezu, fine. I'm fine with Red Kezu because that's water as a primary weakness instead of fire. It's kind of the opposite. But green Nagakuga not only has the same elemental weakness as the standard Nagakuga, the fight is exactly the same. And if it is different, it's not profoundly so. So yeah, I don't really see a reason to have that monster continue existing. I think this is the last game that it appeared in, fortunately. Hello Yoshin clan. I don't remember you, but apparently you've typed in this chat before. Welcome back. That could be a name change, or it could just be that I didn't remember your name when you last chatted. Sorry. I do usually remember people. It's part of the reason why I encourage people to interact. It's because I do remember you. I remember the name at least. I mean, maybe I don't remember you as a person. At least not until you've chatted a few times. Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point. I never actually considered Port Tangier at night time. That would have been a great opportunity for a real vibrant look to Port Tangier, but I guess they just didn't see the need to introduce a night and day cycle, because at the end of the day it's not a city mode. It's an online mode which they've kind of made... They've made it to look like a city mode, but it's not a true city mode like Monster Hunter Tri and DOS and G. So, oh well. There is a positive side to the fact that they didn't have a night and day cycle, and that is that the night songs, the nighttime music from Tri, is only in Tri, which means that it has a much more powerful nostalgic effect on me. Are you, like, getting it right now? If you are, then that's great. I'll be live for another hour, so you've got some time. Vernon apparently ate Unlucky Cat. So Lucent Nagakuga, as you can see, is invisible at the start of the hunt. I don't know why I'm paintballing him. That doesn't really help. It's also worth noting that Lucent Nagakuga has a much greater range to his roar than the other Nagakuga monsters. We might regret placing these bombs, but it's fine, because Nagakuga does have ranged capabilities. I mean, all Nagakugas do, but this one really has ranged capabilities. Thank you for the detonation. Oh, I see. I thought you meant that you already had a Wii U and that you were getting it set up now. But yeah, I will always recommend that people... Look, the fact that I can still get hit by that at that angle is just pathetic. I hate this monster, I really do. But yeah, I will always encourage people to pick up a Wii U and get this game. It is a worthwhile investment, absolutely. There is a community here, and there are a lot of people getting to high rank even now. There will be people at your rank to play with. Maybe not, you know, low rank necessarily, but by the time you get to high rank, you will have people to play with, and I will of course recommend that you go through Village first. That way you'll have high rank stuff to get through the low rank of the online portion of the game faster. Oh, fuck. Did not intend for this. Fortunately, I wasn't hit by the tail slam. I was expecting to get hit by it. It's so funny, for the longest time I actually had no appropriate armor set to use the Bushido. But now I've actually got one, so I'm using it at almost every opportunity that presents itself. Whenever I feel like using dual blades, I strongly consider using Bushido. They are great dual blades provided you have 2 skills, and no less than these specific skills, which are Awaken and Sharpness +1. If you don't have either of those, or if you're even missing one of those 2, these weapons suck. So, they're very specific, but they're rewarding to use. Whether or not they end up being better than the Brachydios dual blades, I'm not sure. They could end up being slightly better, but they could also end up being slightly worse. I haven't really made an evaluation, but yeah. In case you wanted to know, cutting the tail, or even breaking the tail, does do nothing to prevent the poison spikes from flying your way. I mean, it might do something to them, but it might reduce the number, I'm not sure. But the poison spikes remain even with the tail cut, which is very annoying. I will go and sharpen up. You can see the sharpness when you have sharpness +1. Well, you should be sharpening up to purple. Because purple is what you have a lot of. Everything else you don't have much of at all. Oh. The lens is shooting at point-blank range. I wouldn't recommend that. He's one of those bow gunners who doesn't understand the nature of critical distance, which is a shame. Hopefully he will come to learn it one day. I mean, the thing with critical distance is that you usually don't work it out unless you're told that it exists. I mean, sometimes you can have something of an intuitive sense for the fact that you're dealing less damage because you're basically shooting at point-blank range, but people will do it anyway because they just want to take... They want to take the chance at lower damage so that they can at least hit the monster. They might be in a situation where they would rather shoot than not, but... Yeah, you're not doing much damage at all if you're shooting at point-blank range, that is the reality, so... Oh no. It worked in my favour. You can see how long, even with dual blades, this amount of purple sharpness lasts. It's pretty good. I have a big thing for these dual blades. Sorry if I'm hitting you, Lens, but you really need to stop shooting at point-blank range, man. I'm going to explain it to him. Not in a mean-spirited way, but really with every intention of teaching him how to use a bowgun, because he can't be shooting what I can only assume to be pierce shot at point-blank range. Like, it's not even normal shot. If that were normal shot, he's actually out of critical distance. Which is saying a lot, because you have to shoot closer with normal shot than... Yeah, look, he's actually shooting pierce at point-blank. Which is not good. If he ends up shooting at appropriate critical distance, it is purely coincidental. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think he's a creative subspecies, but he's annoying to fight. Oh god. Is he shooting cluster shot now? I feel like that was cluster shot. There were a lot of explosions there. That couldn't have been a slime explosion. He's probably out of ammo. It's alright, everyone has to start somewhere with bowgunning, and I suppose it's nice that he's giving bowgun a try. But really, he needs to be pointed in the right direction. That is not the way to use bowgun. Oh, he's got ammo now. Oh, he's got a shield on that thing. Okay. Well, I'm glad he's making use of that, at least. It's been a while since I've fought a Gogmazios. Oh, I think Bastion was the one that was hosting the previous room. So he's made it back online, which is nice. I have nothing against hunting with him, he seems like a nice guy. I'll tell Lolens not to shoot at point-blank range. I can't really explain to him the distance that he needs to stand away from the monster. But yeah, he might not understand the nature of critical distance. I'm not going to give him a real long explanation as to how it works, but... yeah. Oh, fucking shut up. Understood, says Lolens. Again, it's not mean-spirited. Oh, Scorpion. There it is. Ah! Okay. One day it's going to pop out of this bottle and I'm going to be like, ah! It's going to be that visceral, primal reaction of, ah, oh my god, I got a cloudy moon shard. How about that? You always get things when you don't need them. Cloudy moon shards are one of the harder rares to get in this game. I don't have any at the moment. That means I can make another Lucent Nagakuga weapon if I would like to, and I think I would like to be honest. There are some... Well, there are a number of Lucent Nagakuga weapons that I've yet to make, so I will check to see what would be fun. I think... Oh, there you go. Hunter rank 470. What a foul beast. I concur. Oh, you did your G3 Urgent recently in 4 Ultimate. That's cool. I'm glad you've been playing 4 Ultimate recently. I want to play more 4 Ultimate, it's just that I haven't. I don't know. Well, I do know why. I just don't... I don't even know what's happening with the Anthena Discord community right now. I hope it's been thriving in my absence. I really do. I'm so far removed from that community, I have to tell you. It's been, like, years since I was last playing in that community. That's... The Anthena Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Discord really is, as far as I'm aware, the best one to be a part of if you're playing with people in 4 Ultimate, but I haven't even been there, so I'm not sure what's going on. You're playing there? That's great. But yeah, I just haven't been there, so my hope is that it has been, in my absence, becoming bigger and better as time goes. Anthena, the person, is a bit strange, but not a bad person, just a bit strange. Apparently Eclipse Knight, who is known in the community, at least from the early days of 4 Ultimate emulation, because he was one of the server hosts. We used to rely on his servers quite a bit. He really doesn't like Anthena for some reason. Like, he's got a real problem with that person. I don't know why. I honestly think there's more of a chance of it being his problem than Anthena's problem, but anyway. I only say that because I concede that Anthena's a bit strange, but yeah. What shall we do? Whose turn is it? I can't even remember. Who posted the Lucent before? Fuck, so I guess it's Vernon's turn. Because I'm pretty sure it was Bastion who posted the skip me. Oh, okay. Lorenz can post. There you go. But yeah. I hope he understands what I'm saying when I say that. Is that the Gen? That is the Gen Heavy Bowgun. That one is specifically the Hallowed Gen Bowgun. Elatrion again! Fuck! We literally just skipped. We practically... Well, we did Bastion's quest, but now we've gone... Because we've skipped myself and and Vernon effectively, we're back to Elatrion. Fuck. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to go and make a Lucent Nagakuga weapon. What one do I want to make? I don't know if they all need to be forged outright. I've got the Eclipse Saber. I don't know if I want to make that. Do I want to make that? I would probably... the ones that I have made are the Sword and Shield and Dual Blades. Oh, and of course the Heavy Bowgun. So I think I've made 3. The ones that I would prioritize are the ones that are Awaken based, because they're just more fun. I have a feeling that I needed... See, this is what I was really considering making. This is a pretty good gun, there's this one. But it's not as good as the Gold Raytheon one, so I don't think I will make it. I don't know. I think I'll leave it. I have this sneaking feeling that there was a weapon that I actually needed to make, probably the Lance, that required a Cloudy Moon Shard. I'm going to wait until I'm ready to make that. That'll be likely related to my excuse me, my Awaken lance slash gun lance setup, which is still a work in progress. I'm not really making much. I'm not making much progress when working towards crafting that, but whatever. Or in working towards crafting it anyway. I'm profoundly distracted by this fucking dick with his circular saw. I'm getting really sick of him. I mean, you guys don't understand. You might have some way of understanding my frustration, but I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. That guy needs to fuck right off. He will not stop. It's like my whole life is just dealing with him. My whole life. Okay. Now, what am I using? A Latrion. Hunting horn? I don't really want to use a hunting horn. I don't know what I want to use, to be completely honest. I mean, let's go for a faster hunt. I will go with Pierce, with the interest of getting through this faster. Yeah, my whole live streaming career at this point has been that dickhead in the background, doing something with his property. I don't know what. Just something. Trying to make it slightly less of an eyesore, which he won't succeed in doing, because I think, more than anything else, it became an eyesore because of what he was doing with it, so it'll just get worse and worse. I don't know, I'm telling you, he's got a compulsion to whip out his power tools. It's not like, I think it's more to do with the fact that he enjoys just having them on at this rate. I can't believe for even a moment that he's actually that fucking, how do I say? I don't know. I'm lost for words. I don't think he's that on task. Hold on. Huskberry, no, that's normal. What's Bird Wyvern Fang? I'm bringing combination materials because it's a longer hunt, so I'm probably going to need them. I'm still used to this being Velociprey Fang, to be completely honest. Huskberry and Velociprey Fang for level 1. But Pinchuna and Bone Husk S is still the same in first and second. Okay. Sorry, I mean, I'm gunning, so I need to take some time to organize my inventory. If you can forgive me. Do I have Bone Husk Small in my inventory? I do not. I need to get some. I probably... Look, I don't have as much in the way of gunning materials for combinations as I did in the past, because I just don't have the space for it anymore. I wish I had the space for it, but I don't. I don't have the space in my box to allocate, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 slots to things like huskberries and bone husks and all of that. I just don't. I wish I did, because I used to. But things have changed. Okay. Nice set, says the lens. Thank you. Alright, no problem. Yes, he's working on his house. I don't know what he's doing, though. I mean, that's generally what he's doing, but as far as the substance of his work, I couldn't imagine. Oh. What I try to do is have the cool drink drinking animation take place when he spots me so that I'm not stuck in place. Well, I guess I'm stuck in place when drinking anyway, but the point is that I would only be stuck in place once rather than twice. That is the point. Someone dropped a large barrel bomb, which was a bit weird. Not a plus, but just a large barrel bomb. Alright. My aim is to get out as much damage as I can, hopefully without getting hit stupidly. Well, Latrion looks about the same here as he does in all games. Yeah, actually, he looks exactly the same in Tri, Portable Third, 3 Ultimate, and Generations Ultimate. Exactly the same. This is his arena location. Unfortunately, this arena location didn't return after this game. It is unique to him. No other monster actually is fought here. But, yeah. He was given this location in Monster Hunter Tri. I mean, despite the fact that Tri had very little content, they did, even then, give Elatrion his own place to be hunted in, because he was the final boss of the game. And I'm glad. This monster's gonna die pretty quickly, guys, all things considered. If we could sub 10, I'd be pretty happy. But I've got my Pierce set up here. I'm aiming to do as much damage as I can. So, let's get it done. Let's shit on this monster. I will, even though it's probably totally unnecessary technically, I will combine for Pierce level 3 as a priority. Which is to say that I will continue to shoot Pierce level 3 until I cannot possibly craft any more. Just because I want to focus on Pierce level 3 for damage purposes. Which will relate to the speed at which we can complete this hunt. I'm seeking to get this done as fast as possible because we just did this hunt before. So the sooner we're done with it, the better. You can see that I'm reaping the benefits of increased damage by way of Challenger +2 persistently, but, or, I don't know if I would say persistently, but quite a lot, we'll say. And unfortunately, just as I had said that, I lost my Challenger +2 boost. I mean, you wouldn't really know if the monster's actually enraged or not, but thanks to Challenger +2 you can tell. This is one of those monsters where it's not really clear. I'll put my weapon away and get ready to combine for Pierce level 3. That gives me an additional 36 shots. That's never constant, it depends on whether you've acquired 2 or just a single shot from one combination, which does fluctuate depending on your luck. There is a skill that allows you to always get the maximum number of shots with every combination, but I don't know what it's called in this game. The skill was called Shot, or the skill point was called Shot Mix back in 2nd gen. Can't remember the actual full skill name though. That was a very confusing lightning rain. I didn't know what was going on there. I didn't know my head from my arsehole for a period of about 3 seconds there. Maybe not 3 seconds, more like 2. Or 1. But yeah. I'm not going to be aiming for the face, I'll leave that to you guys. I'm just seeking to get the best piercings through the monster that I can manage. Which is not really being effectively managed here, given that I'm shooting from the side. Fortunately, I was out of range there. You can see that critical damage is a big deal with this bowgun. If we were to compare this, for example, to my 4 Ultimate and Generations Ultimate preference for Pierce bowgunning, and I suppose 1st gen as well, the Crimson Fatalis heavy bowgun. So that would be Monster Hunter G and Freedom 1 for 1st gen. This is definitely more focused on getting the damage up through criticals than through the pure raw damage of the gun. The Crimson Fatalis heavy bowgun is very high raw, with a little bit of negative affinity actually. So, but outside of that, it's very functional for Pierce. It reloads reasonably fast, the recoil's not too bad, only requires recoil down 1 to get Pierce level 3 shots out without any recoil whatsoever. And it's just a fucking good gun. I shouldn't have dived there. It's alright, we're under control. Yeah, Escadora armor is really cool. Very, very cool. Can you imagine in Monster Hunter Tri? I mean, walking around with full Escadora in Tri was a big deal. That was a big deal. Especially in the early days. One of the things that I can say that I'm really glad... Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm very glad that I played Tri as early as I did, because I was very heavily invested in it, and by the time I had made my full Escadora armor set, that was a big fucking deal. Like, walking through the rooms with my full Escadora Blademaster set, it turned heads. In other words, everyone would always comment on it, and the reason why was because it was so damn hard to get. Getting a Sky Piercer in that game was hell. But more than that, you needed rare items from all of those monsters, and getting rare items in that game was terrible. So I worked my ass off for the Escadora set, and, you know, it was pretty good. It was the alternative to the Lagia Cruz armor set. Oh my god, there goes Moxie. I will max potion that one, actually. But yeah, it had Awaken, and Blight Proof and things like that. It was not an amazing set, but it was an alternative to the Lagia Cruz armor set if you wanted Awaken. And it was really cool. It was basically your gateway to endgame Tri, because you could now use Awaken weapons and experience a whole range of weapons that you probably didn't bother touching in the past because they were raw only, and it was good fun. It was a really good armor set. In that sense. It was visually great. The sound of walking around in that armor set was great. All Elatrion weapon and armor sound effects were really good. Just making sure no one was placing bombs or anything like that. Oh, bugger off. I'm taking some pretty heavy hits here. Nope. That was really bad. If I were in a position where he could have landed on me, that would have been my death. Absolutely would have been my death. Damn it. Struggling with the controls of the game right now. Oh yeah, Portable Third was the first game to make everything easier relating to Elatrion. So in this game, getting Sky Swayers is so much easier than getting Sky Piercers in Tri. But getting Sky Piercers in Portable Third was super easy as well. Tri was a very different game. It was made by Alpha Team. Okay. Those people need help. They seem to relish the suffering of the people who play their games. But Beta Team, they seem just to want people to have fun, you know. And that didn't always translate into a better game for some people. Some people enjoy the extreme nature of Alpha Team games. The grind in Tri was as bad as it always was in early Monster Hunter. But Portable Third changed that. And I don't really care. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not going to take a strong point one way or the other. I'm not going to take a strong point of view one way or the other, sorry. Holy shit, I managed to actually get caught by the tip of that tail. Normally I don't get hit this much by an Elatrion while gunning. I think one of the reasons why is because I haven't gunned Elatrion in a while. I've been using Blademaster weaponry because I've been getting sick of gunning. But yeah, I usually don't take this many fucking hits. Should be alright to take a cool drink. Oh, where is he? He's over here. Oh god, I'm so not used to the sensitivity of this aiming system. As you can see, it is terribly impacting my accuracy. I can't believe the monster's still alive, to be completely honest with you. Here I was wanting sub 10, that is not happening. Maybe I was doing more damage with that greatsword. No. See what I can do with that head. That's the tail cut. We'll see if the moss is going to die in a moment, because that's what happened last time the tail cut, or the tail was cut. I'm really genuinely surprised this monster's still alive. I guess Pierce isn't doing as much damage as I expected. I mean, it is damaging, of course. It's not like it's not doing any damage. Oh, no. What are you, a fucking Raja? Jumping backwards onto my face? That's another paralysis. This is the head opportunity, guys. I'm going to try and pierce through it now. This is a good angle for it. Particularly... oh, fucking hell. Well, fine. This should be the death, and hopefully also the breaking of the head. Or the horns, whatever you want to say. Yeah. I don't know if we did better or worse this time, to be honest. Whatever. I guess we technically did worse, because the horns didn't break, but we do have a chance to get Sky Swayers without breaking both horns at least. Rest assured of that fact at least. The tail is hopefully not too far away to get both cards. Dire tail, that's what I like to see. Hey Exia. You've got 30 minutes left of me being live, but anyway. Let's see if I got a Sky Swayer. Are you fucking kidding me? 2 Sky Swayers in a row from the base rewards? That's weird. That's very unusual. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm glad I got a Dire Wing. Oh, that's right. The event quests also give you chances to get Dire Wings, which is great. Well, wing drops anyway. Whether it's webbing or wings. It's webbing in high rank, wing in G rank. I'm selling... oh, my camera's the same colour as Alatrion stuff. And now for Bastion. Alright, catch you later, Vernon. We'll see if we can get a 4th person before we depart on the next quest. I will hope for that. At this rate, I don't know if... yeah, in fact, I think there's a low chance that I'll... I mean, I really should... This scorpion. Oh! Exio. I've got a Mexican tequila that has an actual real dead scorpion inside it. I say that because I know you're Mexican. It's mezcal. Well, it's difficult to show, but it's a dead scorpion. It's apparently edible, but yeah. I don't know if I'll eat it. Have you had mezcal before? I don't know if it says what region of Mexico it's from. Oaxaca? Oaxaca? Oaxaca is the region. Oh, you're more of a rum whiskey guy. Fair enough. Oh, I don't drink tequila very much at all. This is like the second bottle of tequila I've ever bought for myself. Because I'm not really a tequila person. I'm more of a gin whiskey guy. Is Bastion... Yeah, Bastion is the same person that was hosting before, but he's been very quiet since he returned. I don't know why. And he doesn't seem to be too interested in posting. Yeah, at this rate, I'd say rum is probably my least consumed spirit. Well, not least consumed, more like least favourite of all the spirits. For me, I'd say it's gin, whiskey, tequila, then rum. Rum's just too sweet for me, I don't like it. It's like this syrupy sweet shit. Oh. I don't know. And if I ever have like a mixed beverage that includes rum, I just get that syrupy sweet flavour of the rum, and I'm just... oh. That's why I don't like having alcoholic ginger beer, because they usually mix it with rum, and it's just this syrupy fucking sweet taste that I can't handle. I can handle it, but it's just not nice. I'm not a fan. Bastion, you can post. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. He's using the same weapon. He's just been very quiet and unresponsive. Which is not how I would characterize the person who was hosting the previous room, so maybe it's not the same guy. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly. Oh, no, I'm not doing another Elatrion. That's not happening. He said, Elatrion is fine for me. No. I'm not doing another one. I've done 2. Sorry, this is not happening. I normally don't take this tone, but I'm not doing another one. It's just not happening. 2, I mean, the second one's like, you know, that's a concession. I realise the guy needs it, and it's his turn, so I'll do a second one. But I'm not doing a third. That's fucking stupid. This is not an Elatrion live stream. The reason why I do random hunts, which is in the form of live hunts right now, is so that I can have a variety of monsters that are being showcased in the recording. I'm not doing 3 Elatrion. I need to do blinking and abyssal. I don't know what blinking is. I need to do blinking. What's blinking? Does he mean Lucent Nagakuga? Because it blinks, like it becomes visible and invisible? Blinking Nagakuga. That's his new name, everyone. Hello, Potato. Blinking Nagakuga. Okay. He does blink, technically. Well, I'm not doing Abyssal, so we'll do Lucent Nagakuga. What would be appropriate, given that I've already used Bushido? I'm not using hammer, no way. Not happening. How about rapid bow? Rapid ice, what the fuck would that be? It could be Nahabra. If it's Nahabra, I won't do it. I vow to never use a fucking Nahabra bow ever again. I think... oh, it could be you. I think it's you, isn't it? It's you. Thank God for that. It is indeed Barioth bow. I am a happy camper. Alright. This is the way we want things here. Level 5 rapid on the 3rd charge. I'm happy with that. This armor set looks really stupid, because this helmet seems so inappropriate. It's this really big helmet, but I look so thin. It's just a really dumb looking set. Again, it's all about function over form, but still. I would actually say that I'm probably the... I would have some of the most ugly mixed sets out of any hunter. Some of my mixed sets are just foul. Just... oh, not fit for human consumption. And when I say consumption, I mean, you know, more like fit for human observation, really. Because technically observing something isn't consuming it. I mean, it's technically a form of consumption, in a way, depending, but I would say not fit for human observation. I don't have time for style. I'm not a stylish type. Alrighty. Let's just go with 3. I don't mind. Should I try to get the scorpion out? I don't know if I can. It'll come out towards the end, and... yeah, the way that it's working is it's going to pop out right at the end. And, I think that'll happen off camera, unfortunately. I mean, I'd do it on camera, but I've only got a little bit left, and I'll end up drinking that this evening, I think. Well, I do believe that's what's going to happen, so... I mean, I can show you the scorpion tomorrow, maybe, if I'm recording, but I don't think I will record tomorrow, so... there you go. The lens is dropping a trap. He needs to realise that the monster's closer than that. Or rather, the monster is further away than what he seems to believe. And he's jumping away from the trap. This is why I have to put it closer to the monster than this. And he's going to detonate the bombs. Oh dear. Thank you. Fuck. Look at that beautiful rapid shot. Oh, delightful. It's actually very satisfying. As I mentioned in the last hunt that we did with him, the range of his roar is much greater than your average Nugget. Fucking Christ. I'm so sick of these poison barbs. I hate them. See, there's something about them. They fuck with your head. You think you're getting out of the way of them, but you're not. Sometimes you can think you're getting out of the way of them and then you just make contact with them. There's a strange perspective to them. The lens is dead, and I'm getting hit by poison spikes. Nothing out of the ordinary then. Fucking hell. I'm really not a fan of this monster, I have to tell you. It's nice to fight him in a sense because I haven't fought him recently in a long time. That was redundant. But yeah, I don't like this monster, so even though I haven't fought him recently, I don't really want to be fighting him. That was meant to hit the head, I will admit. So yeah, the good thing about rapid firing a Nagakuga with, well, I should say, shooting rapid arrows against Nagakuga is that you can very comfortably hip fire rather. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm talking some absolute crap today. It's one of those days where whatever comes out of my mouth defaultly, and I do speak in a very subconscious and absent-minded way. I just sort of, you know, I have thoughts in my mind and then whatever comes out is rather natural. I don't think about what I say. Today's one of those days where just absolute crap comes out of my mouth, and I apologize for that. But anyway, this is one of those monsters where you can shoot from the hip very easily and get high damage on the face. Just missed my roll. You see, you try to roll out of the way of it and you roll into it. I feel like it's designed in that way. Fucking hell. I do need to stock up on max potions soon. That is important. Oh. I will actually have this be my last hunt. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. If it's just shy of 2 hours, then so be it. I can't even say the monster. But yeah, I need to play some Daggerfall, man. I'm in a Daggerfall mood. Why am I... See... As a matter of habit, I'm expecting the monster to not... Oh no. If we fail this, I'll be pretty pissed off. I will tell you, I can live with a Lucent Nagakuga hunt, but not if it's a failed hunt. Not at all. That I will not tolerate. You see, it goes through his fucking wing! The fucking poison spike goes through his wing! At an angle that is just illogical. It's stupid. Who the fuck designed this monster? An absolute idiot designed this monster. I may as well do another one because we finished this one faster than we should have because we failed it. Fuck! What a waste of time. I don't even want to do this fucking monster. These people, the only thing that they want to hunt, or the only monsters that they want to hunt, are monsters that I don't want to hunt. Elatrion, Abyssal Laggy, and Lucent Nagakuga. I'd rather eat shit out of a bowl. Quite frankly. Unbelievable. I would rather undertake the role of a human toilet with me as the human toilet, which was unnecessary because I said that I would take on the role as one, than hunt those monsters right now. So, seriously, don't purchase whetstones in your gunner pouch. Don't do that. That's stupid. That is really stupid behavior. Okay. I don't want to do that again, so what am I stuck with? I'm stuck with Abyssal. I'm not doing Abyssal with a group that fails Lucent Nagakuga, so What should I do? Do loosen again. We'll try again. Not that I want to. I do so almost under duress, because I have no other option. Unless I stop the live stream here, which I won't. Because I may as well just do another one. I'll bring a lance. Ugh. Deliver me from this hell. The invisible predator. This lance feels bigger in this game. I don't know what it is, but it's just giving me that feeling. Health 40, no way. No way. Not happening. We've got lorikeets and bower birds and circular saws. Thank you, birds, thank you. Isn't that a water gun lance? It is. It's a decent set, but that's actually a nice set. Now, if Lusanagahuga's secondary weakness is water, that's a fucking appropriate set for this hunt. The lens is hunter rank 209. Well, if he's just now getting into gunning, then fair enough, but it's quite embarrassing for a hunter rank 209 to be shooting monsters point blank range with pierce shots, which is what he was doing in a past hunt that we were engaged in. In fact, I think it was our first hunt with Lusanagahuga earlier on in the live stream when that was going on, so yeah, that was pretty bad. But you know, everyone has to start gunning eventually, and some people start later than others. Oh, fucking hell. Let's go, come on. I don't really want to go over 2 hours because I've got shit to do today, and the sooner I can jump on Daggerfall and relax, the better. But here I am doing this fucking quest again. Life would have been a whole lot easier if now, like right now, we succeeded in the first one that we did, or I guess technically the second overall, and the live stream was done. But no, here I am starting the next one. Where the fuck are you? Hello. Apparently you've got a hard face. This is why I have... I was about to say ESP. This is why I have Mind's Eye on this lance. Not for this specific hunt, but because I don't want to bounce with the lance at all. Bastion, please. There is a trap down. Not even Lolenz wants to go to the trap. Seriously, why do you put it down then? Stop putting it out of range, first and foremost, and second of all, commit to it if you put it down. I don't know if oh my god, I don't know if Lusanagahuga's size varies in any way, but this one feels pretty big. It has to vary. This is a bigger one than the last one we fought for sure. Some special hunts don't have size variations, but this one I think definitely does. This is a bigger Nagahuga than the last one we fought for sure. I hadn't even considered the fact that I'd have to spend so much time trying to catch up with the fucking monster when using the lance weapon type. The thing is, the invisibility of the monster does not serve to confuse the hunter, unless the hunter doesn't know how a Nagakuga moves. If you know how a Nagakuga moves, you know where the monster is. I'm sick of that spike going through the fucking arm. It travels through a solid object just to hit you. That needs to stop. It's stupid. It's never going to stop. But the point is that it's crap and dumb. It literally is the game doing something that makes no fucking sense just to better hit you. That is what's going on. There's no logical reason why that should hurt me. And I've had enough. I can't make it in time. I went for 3 strikes, so I couldn't counter. What can I say? Can we not have a failure again? Oh, very good flinch. That was nice. I like that. I hope that he's fairly weak to water. I wouldn't want that very nice set from the lens to end up being not very good for the arm. Can we please just desist with this fucking acrobatic routine? I don't need it. I didn't even hold it down. That shouldn't have actually ended up being a charge attack. Because I didn't hold down the damn button. Oh. To heal up. If those back legs trip him, then I'll be happy. Or if in hitting the back legs I succeed in tripping him, then I'll be happy. As you can see, I countered the wind pressure there. Doesn't really help when the counter doesn't put me on target with the monster. Because then I'll have to readjust it. Oh, I'm going to get flinched out of this. Ugh. I don't like hunting this monster, but here I am. This is what happens when people skip their damn turns. I should have just taken my own turn and posted something that wasn't crap. That would have been nice. I'm sure it's, you know, a novelty for those who are unfamiliar with the monster and the game as a whole. 3 Ultimate specifically, that is to say. But this monster sucks. And I hope you're enjoying watching my suffering just so that you can experience the monster, at least visually. I'm not holding it down! Maybe the game doesn't make that allowance. I mean, Portable Third did. I know Portable Third allowed you to go for a counter without actually charging the damn thing. And I'm sure the same is the case in this game, but things are just not working in my favour right now. I'll just go for an attack. I may as well take this opportunity. I just want to get as much damage out as I can right now. Imagine if I was using this lance without Mind's Eye. Can you imagine? I can't. But yeah, it would be so unpleasant. So damn unpleasant. I'm using regular potions here because I've already used 5 of my megas. Yeah, if I didn't have Mind's Eye, I would be forced to aim for the rear of the monster at all times. I do not need to be flinched right now. I really don't. It's not your fault necessarily. You are using a weapon type that flinches people like me. with ease, but still. I don't require further acrobatic maneuvers. I realise that you were a gymnast at one time in your life, Nagakuga. But it's not your prowess is not required to be on display at this time. I need to heal up again. Depending on the game, I don't have Mind's Eye for all of my land sets in all of the games, but I had this idea at some point that Mind's Eye was a really important skill to have on a lance set. The theory is that sometimes you can be aiming for something that's not going to cause your weapon to bounce, but because of the nature of lance and the fact that it's sort of a long thrusting weapon, sometimes even though you're aiming for something that's not going to cause you to bounce, you might actually pierce into something that will cause you to bounce. I don't know if that's actually an accurate theory or not, because it is theoretical. I just assumed that that's how it would work, but it might not. It might be that the first thing that you make contact with will determine whether or not you bounce, so maybe piercing into something that would cause you to bounce is not actually something that goes on, but that was the theory behind adding Mind's Eye to lance sets, and quite frankly I've been pretty happy with the Mind's Eye being added to my lance sets. I mean, I quite often find that I'm making contact with things that would otherwise cause me to bounce when using lance with those sets, and I don't have an issue, obviously, because I have Mind's Eye, so I found it quite rewarding, but I seem to get by just fine without it in the past, so I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe it was just something that I dealt with and didn't worry so much about it in the past, but now I'm very appreciative of it because I notice that I have that capability to continue attacking without bouncing when making contact with a tough part of the monster. We're now over 2 hours, which is not what I wanted. I didn't want this. Someone's dead. Who was it? Lolenz again. Hunter rank 200, man. It's time to get a grip. I'm not sure what to tell you, but 200 hunter ranks in this game is significant. It really is. I mean, that's a lot of Monster Hunter. Probably takes you 400 hours at least. I do mean at least to hit 200 in this game. So what's happening? You play like an HR 30. You really do. Everyone learns at their own pace, but fuck me. I don't know if that's in any way helpful, but we'll find out. I don't want to hit 15 minutes with this hunt, I have to tell you. If this can be over and done with before the 15-minute mark, that'll be great. I'd love that. The problem with this monster is that you don't really know when it's capturable. It doesn't have an opportunity to limp at any point. Back in 1st and 2nd gen, monsters did limp without actually leaving the area, but that doesn't really happen here. Game is just not accepting my button inputs right now. Okay. We'll go with that. I'm trying to keep my DPS as high as possible, and I seem to be succeeding in that, but what I'm not succeeding in is killing the fucking monster. Thank you. God. Did the tail get cut? Yes. I'm not going to go so far as to congratulate the team for that kill, but still. I like it when the fucking tail disappears, that's great. It's flickering in and out of view. Even in death, the tail is flickering in and out of view. I've got a Nagakuga mantle, which is really not what I'm looking for, but I'll take it. First card. Ugh. Time for some Daggerfall, guys. Seriously, I can't wait. I've let them know that I'm closing the room, so they can get out as soon as possible. I'll finish the recording when we get past the reward screen. We'll see what we got. Another Cloudy Moonshine? No. Let's not be too greedy. I've actually got more Lucent Nagakuga stuff than I thought. Alright. I do thank you all for watching. This has been Doomlink's Life Hunts, and it was a pretty good run. I've had worse recordings. I mean, there were some issues with it, but I've had worse, definitely. I do thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.